how to get something done, self-respect, how to really appreciate a job well done. I had chores. We had to go earn. We had to achieve. Us baby boomers decided that we were the ones that ushered in free love, free sex, free drugs, rebellion, don't want the Bible, don't want church. What's it done for us? So we taught people how to be lazy. So if you're lazy, you're going to self-limit because you don't want to achieve anything. I don't know if you've ever seen this movie, True Romance. Brad Pitt, one of Brad Pitt's best performances. He's Floyd, the roommate. Floyd's a dope addict, and all he does is smoke pot, and he achieves absolutely nothing. But the performance Brad Pitt lays down in that movie is absolutely hysterical. Hey, welcome to What's Your Problem? I am Scot Ferrell. Thanks for spending a little time with me. Now, let's talk about today's topic. Why do we self-limit? You ever look at somebody like the movie Moonstruck? It still makes me laugh when Cher smacks him. Get over it. So many times we limit ourselves on what we want in life. We don't really write out goals because, why would I do that? It's never going to happen anyway. So why do we do that? Why do we sit and go, can't do it, not good looking enough, not tall enough, not smart enough, not skinny enough? Oh, that was just me when I was a kid, I guess. And not. Somebody told me this, somebody's saying about that, and somebody didn't recommend this, and so stop the madness. I'm going to go over step by step why we self-limit. Why do we limit ourselves from achieving everything that we've ever wanted? Is it so bad? Like Willy Wonka said, be careful, you might just get everything you've ever wanted. And that's the favorite scene, last of the movie, when they're blasted through everything. Is that so bad? Now, is it possible to get everything you want? Were the Stones right? You can't always get what you want. The answer is yes, you can. But there's some caveats to it. So go ahead and get pen and paper, because today you want to take some notes on how to do this. Now, so let's go back to the origin. Why do we self-limit? Well, it's programming. I mean, every motivational speaker says the following line. We're born for success, programmed to fail. That's true. That is completely true. Why would God have a creation and then go, I want you to fail the rest of your life? I don't want you to achieve anything good, and I just want you to be a failure. No. That's not how he creates. Look at animals. Do animals get up every day and go, a lion goes, don't think I'll eat today, I'm such a failure. Probably not going to happen. No, that's not how it rolls. Animals just go do what they do. Why don't we just go out and go, all right, I got the favor of God. I think I'm going to go and achieve something great today. Well, from 0 to 7, we absorb everything in our environment. We're human programming. You can look this up on the internet. It's what I teach every day of my life. Why are we the way we are? Well, we get programmed. And what happens if our parents aren't the most positive folks in the world and haven't achieved their dreams, and neither have our grandparents, neither have the aunts and uncles, and neither have the daycare workers or our teachers? Well, everything they say and do and see, we learn through our senses, all 5. We absorb all that from 0 to 7 without the ability to block any of it. So once we're programmed, we will live that program the rest of our lives. Makes sense, right? So let's look at me. I always use me as an example. My mom and dad had a lot of hardship, World War II, depression kids. My mom was a sharecropper. Man, they had it rough. And my dad lived on a farm. He had a huge farm. So my dad's father was not exactly what you'd call sweet and emotional and loving. And then with everything they went through, they always talked about the depression, how hard it was. My great-grandma was born right after the Civil War was over. So I got to hear those stories. I didn't hear a lot of stories of achieving your dreams, and I heard life's tough, life's hard, you won't always get what you want, get as much as you can, hope for the best, look for the worst, all these sayings. So how was I ever to think that I could ever be anything other than what they said? Plus, my nicknames were Oink and Fat Boy and You're Stupid. They thought I was handicapped. You name it, I heard it. Turns out I have an above average IQ, and I can do just about anything I want to, and I'm very creative. I didn't know that because what they told me was that I would never achieve anything. My high school guidance counselor actually told me that I probably wouldn't amount to much. Man, high five, you're awesome. Thanks for that motivational talk there. So when I left high school as a drug addict and got thrown out temporarily, and he let me come back with stipulations to graduate, there's no wonder probably I was a lawbreaker and had a bad attitude and didn't really adjust to anything. I had been programmed to be a juvenile delinquent who was strung out on drugs, who hated people, that just wanted the whole world to die. Okay, I was programmed to be that. Then I meet a guy named Jesus, and he changes that. See, I was limited by my programming, and then I got set free. The great thing about being set free is I went from nothing but limits, nothing but a ceiling, no way to achieve anything, to having the ability to do anything. Well, now I'm a new creature. Now I can do anything that I want to achieve. So I go to college. One of the top students in college. I go on to have a great career in academia, being a behavior expert, TV, radio, you name it, I've gotten to do it. Why? I started out completely limited. Oh my goodness, I didn't think I could do anything. And then I was set free, and now I've been able to achieve just about anything I wanted. So the first reason why people self-limit is programming. All right, let's get to the second one. Lazy. All right, my generation likes to blame millennials for everything. All right, the baby boomers like to pile on. Then I was on a talk show in Philadelphia one night, and they said, how did we end up with laying the blame on millennials? I said, well, the blame's not for millennials. Millennials didn't create millennials. Baby boomers created millennials. It's our fault. We're lousy parents. We didn't teach them how to do anything. See, our parents, the World War II generation and World War I, so I had a lot of World War I vets teaching me. They taught us how to get something done, self-respect, how to really appreciate a job well done. I had chores, we had to go earn, we had to achieve. Us baby boomers decided that we were the ones that ushered in free love, free sex, free drugs, rebellion, don't want the Bible, don't want church. What's it done for us? So we taught people how to be lazy. So if you're lazy, you're going to self-limit because you don't want to achieve anything. I don't know if you've ever seen this movie, True Romance. Brad Pitt, one of Brad Pitt's best performances. He's Floyd, the roommate. Floyd's a dope addict, and all he does is smoke pot, and he achieves absolutely nothing. But the performance Brad Pitt lays down in that movie is absolutely hysterical. If you've never seen, just go to YouTube and go Floyd, True Romance. Because Floyd sums up baby boomers, sums up some millennials, sums up a lot of kids now. See, because of the advent of social media, we have a lot of experts in the basement. So lazy is one of the reasons why we self-limit, because I've never had to do anything. I've never had to achieve anything. I don't have any self-respect. I've never had to go earn a wage. I've never had to worry about eating. I've always had something handed to me. And now with the government, the way they're doing, they're paying people not to work. Hey man, I got it made. They don't realize why the cheese is always free in the mousetrap. And unfortunately, a lot of times you find that out too late. See, if you're on the dole and you're lazy and you never achieve anything, you never make much out of your life, you never accomplish anything, you never receive anything, and then you normally die early. Man, if you look at it that way, it don't sound so appealing now, does it, Scott? So you self-limit because you've self-limited, right? All right, let me get to the next one. You don't think. I meet so many people. You know, I'm a consultant, so I consult with businesses and with families and individuals. I do behavior. And I'll sit and go, well, all right, let's look at what's going on here. Well, did you ever think about? And they'll go, never thought about that. I'm like, you've been in business 20 years and you never thought about X. No. The lost art of thought. The thinker, the statue. People don't think anymore. They get in that little digital thing and it's this far from their face all the time and they don't ever think through anything. Well, remember, anything digital like that will actually numb your brain. I'm not going to go into all the science. You can actually look it up. Look up impairment of brain function through electronics. Look up that on the internet. I'm not going to break down all the exchange here. So if you've got something numbing this and its function, you will eventually lose the ability to think through things. Like, cell towers being too close. Yeah, electromagnetic fields do stunt your ability to perform. So Nothing can stunt you if you never start it, right? The lost art of just thinking, just shut the whole world off and sit, think, get a piece of paper, get a pencil, get a pad, not electronics. I'm saying paper, that's paper. A lot of kids don't know what paper is, and a pen. That's how I still do everything. I still use a paper calendar. People think I'm antiquated. Nope, that's how I like to do things. I don't like electronics all the time. I'll write things down. There's some brain science to that. And I sit and think. How do you think I'm a pastor? I write my sermons by thinking. Sit with God, sit with a piece of paper, sit with my Bible. I think through things to, all right, what do you want me to say? What do you want me to teach? How do you want me to teach it? And I think about my life, and my wife and I sit down with just pen and paper and think, get a little music going, get me some coffee, and I just think. I tune out the world. And the great thing is, where we live, we've got a great place in the back here to where, now it gets kind of lively sometimes because we live next to the police station. A little while ago, they decided to change all the sirens and turn them on for emergency services. So now I know what it sounds like if a tornado comes. High five, I'm awesome. But it's very quiet out here, and we get a chance to just stop. So you self-limit a lot of times by not thinking through, one, options, but two, which my next point is, you never develop a goal or a plan. So many times we run on autopilot. So we go from thing to thing to thing to thing to thing to thing to thing. The way we do education now, which really rubbed me the wrong way when I was a teacher, I haven't taught in several years now. I never liked telling every kid they had to go to college. No, not every kid should go. About 20, 30% should probably go, and that's about it. And now with the way high school's going, even less should go, but stay with me on this one. I'm not saying you shouldn't be trained. Some should go to college later, like I did. I had to get my life together and go back to college. I believe in education, trust me. Sometimes I don't always believe in people going immediately. But we rush kids. We rush them through elementary, through middle school, through high school, rush them to college. At no time do we go, let's think about this. And then in school now, everything's regurgitation, not thinking through. My philosophy in my class was you could state any opinion that was backed up by fact. I don't care what your feelings are, but I do care about facts. I don't care what your political stance was, whatever it was. If you got facts, let's talk about it. Because how else are you going to learn to think? See, in my classes in high school, we had teachers. To this day, I put this gentleman in every book I write, Beverly Clayton. Mr. Clayton, Miss Rhodes, my English teacher, her husband, both were educated at Oxford. And he taught religion at Davidson College, close to where I grew up. And she always taught literature. Who better to teach British literature than somebody from England who went to Oxford? And they were so exciting, and they allowed debate, and we would just talk about things. And my classes, we could be brutal to each other. You know, you got a bunch of know-it-alls. You got 15 know-it-alls in a class, and everybody knows it all, right? So that can turn into some heated discussions. And when I got to college, it was normally one of my best friends and I, the ones that were yelling at each other. I think one time the whole class had left, and her and I were still yelling at each other. You know, you're in intense debate then. And I love her, and we talk all the time. And that was many years ago. But we took the time to think through things. Is this true? Is this right? Does this have validity? Does this have data to back it up? And then we could say, all right, this is what I want. This is my plan to get it. I got to think through this, and now I can connect all the dots. See, I don't want to be limited. That's why I live in the United States, where we have a constitution. Even though our government's currently trying to slam communists down on us, they're not going to win. See, I have the free ability to think. I have the freedom to go create. I'm in the freest country in the world. So why would I want to limit anything that I can do? I have the ability to go create. How do I create? Well, a little quantum physics lesson. This was used not for communication, but for creation. By law of quantum physics, whatever you speak, it must become real in the natural. Here's why. Whatever you speak, you'll do, and you'll feel, and you'll act on. Remember, faith without works is dead. You got to go out and do something. So let's get back to the college thing. Here's my stance on how to limit yourself. Only limit yourself to one educational path. No. If college isn't right for you, all right, step back and go, all right, currently I'm probably not mature enough or ready for it. I need a mentor, so I got to learn a skill of some sort. I can go to trade school, I can go to community college, I can go to a 2-year program. If it's real estate, I can go find somebody who can teach me. I'm not saying stop education, but most people are not ready academically or from a maturation schedule to attend college right out of high school. They're not. That's a money grab that the colleges are trying to do. So stop and think. What I like about Europe a lot of times is the gap year. You go see the world, you come back and restart. I needed it, man. So I left a few years and then went back. And by the time I got back to college, I was ready for college. Now, am I pro-college? Am I pro-education? Absolutely. You have to be educated because the people that are more educated than you are going to pass you. And you need to be educated in so many areas, was the languages, the arts. And my favorite class in college was art appreciation. Got to go to France for almost a month and look at all the Impressionist art and go to all the studios. It was fabulous. See, I got out of my limitation. I wrote out a list of everything I wanted to achieve in life, and then I started checking stuff off. And since I've gotten a new lease on life, since I've been healed from dying, I wrote out a new list. And my wife and I are just checking them off because now I'm doing them together because I'm married. So let me refresh. Let me go back over. Why do we self-limit? Programming. We're lazy. We don't think, and we never develop a set of what we want, a goal to do it, and a plan. Well, you got to ask yourself, do I want to stay limited or do I want to get something fabulous out of life? See, what's your problem? A lot of times your problem is you. And I've recently wrote a book. You might want to check it out. It's online. You can get it just about everywhere. Amazon, my website, you name it. It's not them, it's you. I always tell people, your biggest enemy in life is looking at you in the mirror every single day when you get up. If you overcome that person, you can overcome anything. So the limits normally come from you. So learn how to think, learn how to process, write out what you want, and then go after it. All right? So, all right, thanks so much for being part of my day. Let me have a few minutes of your time. Hope this helped, because so many times we look at teenagers and go, what's wrong with you? Us. We created them so we can pat ourselves on the back. Mom and Dad, remember this. They will when you will. If you tell a kid they can accomplish anything, you go first, and it works out way better. All right, remember, if you have any questions, you can always go to the website, wyppodcast.com. Now, we also furnish tips, etc. on that website, so go there. Now, if you have a problem, let's say there's something I have not addressed. Hey, Scott, I want to hear your answer to X. All right, so that's problem@wyppodcast.com. Also, down here, look, subscribe, and share. I'm covering topics that people ask me on a weekly basis. So if I'm covering a topic, somebody's asked me about it. And if somebody's asked me about it, like the rule of thumb in my class in high school, if I had 30 kids and one kid had a question, at least 17, 18 had the same question, right? So if you've got this thing, you could probably share it with somebody else. So you might not be the one that needs it, but somebody else may need the answer to this, all right? So go by our website, wyppodcast.com. All right, I'm Scot Ferrell signing off. Thank you so much for being part of my day. Remember, what's your problem can be solved, and you can solve it right here. Take care.